Hey, what's up everybody? DanDanTheFireman here again. Daniel, I forgot to put my external mic on, so hopefully there's not a lot of noise, you know, from the cars and just everything else. But today's gonna be another one of those non-moto vlogs, just a normal vlog, and I wanted to talk to you about some of the positive things that anxiety and depression has given me. So some good traits that I believe help me out, but I'm still learning about them. And before I jump into that, I would like to thank my senior crew on Patreon. So thank you, Christopher, Fox, Dewey Did It, Robert, come on, leave it, Cecil, and Connor. Thank you so much. I appreciate your guys' support. I know I switched from doing just motorcycle stuff to now talking about mental illness and a few things, and you guys have been very supportive on my Patreon. So thank you so much. And thank you to the veteran crew. You guys are all popping up here on the screen. I think this is the most I'm gonna edit. This is gonna be pretty much a non-edited video, just because, you know, these are the things that I wanted to just talk about. I was thinking about on the way home from work today, and for a while now actually, about some of the positive stuff that has happened because of depression, because of my depression and anxiety. Now, there's always a lot of bad when it came to the depression and anxiety, mainly because, you know, obviously you're angry, you're, you know, irritable and all that stuff when it comes to male depression. But a lot of things with the anxiety, like for instance, one of the biggest things with me with anxiety was I had to be on time to everything, always early, 15 minutes early. And my whole life, let's say we're gonna get past this generator right here. My whole life, I've never been late to work. Never been late to work. I've always been early, always early. 15 minutes early every time, 30 minutes early every time. If I'm getting closer to the actual time I'm supposed to be there, I feel like I'm late. So that's helped me out, you know, with keeping promises, on top of other things, you know, keeping promises, being on time, making sure I stick to my word, because I'm anxious that if I don't do that, I'll be causing problems. Now, the swing of the pendulum there is that somebody breaks a promise to me, it really does upset me immensely. When someone causes me to be late or start to be late, it causes me immense problems, like with anger and everything, and traffic and everything. If it's causing me to be late, I get very angry. So there's that problem when it came to the anxiety. But the great thing with that is I was just never late, and I was always able to keep a promise. And I only made promises that I could keep because I was anxious that if I didn't keep it, you know, I'd cause a problem. So that right there helped me out a lot. With depression side, so this is the hard part, is kind of really to explain it, is that it made me more sensitive. I always knew as a child that I was the kind of sensitive. I was always in the way of, I understood other people's feelings. I can listen and I can kind of empathize. That's the good word, empathize. Not sympathize, but empathize with people that are having troubles, you know, with anger or just feeling sad. And I couldn't really empathize with anybody that was feeling happy. And that's one of the problems with the depression, is that when somebody was happy, when somebody was excited for something, I didn't know that feeling. For instance, my girlfriend loves doing birthday stuff for the kids. She loves, you know, it's big on birthdays. For me, I'm not big on birthdays. I'm not big on holidays, special events. And I think that came with the depression of, I just don't feel happy about that. I don't care, you know, I'm numb to that. So for me, I can empathize with, you know, the sadness part, but not the happy part. And the great thing about the medications that I'm on now, I'm actually able to empathize with the happy part too, because I can feel that now. But I'm able to talk to people that have something going on with them, something wrong. So I can not diagnose, but I can empathize and feel what they're feeling and know what they're doing. And I think that kind of helps me out in my line of work with firefighting and medical, is that I can empathize with my patients better. Not necessarily diagnose them, but I can almost, and it's not picking them apart, it's more understanding the symptoms and where they're coming from and trying to find the root of the problem. I'm really good at that. So with the kids, I can see their body language change for the worse, and I can kind of pick apart what that's going on. and I'm able to help now. I'm able to help now. Back then, before the medications and understanding that I do have depression, it was a little bit hard to do that, but I could understand and empathize with people with that. So right now, the anxiety of, you know, getting on time, that was a great thing, so it made me keep my promises. Another thing I was able to with the depression is empathize with people that were in that numb or down feeling. The bad on those two is, like I said, I get angry if I'm late, and I can't empathize with the happiness, and I couldn't bring happiness, but I can empathize with the sadness part. Another thing is, it made me really, missed that little thing. The depression really, like I said, made me sensitive to other people's feelings, and it made me, and this goes with both depression and anxiety, really made me live in my head. Now, that's to me, I think that's a good thing, because I was able to overanalyze and be over vigilant when it came to getting stuff done. So if I had like a plan in my head, which I would come up with in my head, I'd get stuff done. So I could plan like a whole family trip down to the minute. I can plan how to get to work. I can plan, you know, routes that I needed to do. I can plan YouTube videos. I can plan everything, and I was able to just do it super quick. And it's just the practice of the anxiety, practice of the depression, especially when you are by yourself, because you're living in your head, you're not really interacting, you're not social, so you're able to just do it all. And it was great because I was able to retain a lot of information when it came to firefighting. I was able to retain a lot of information when it came to EMT stuff and medical side, and just know information and be that one source of information that if somebody has a question I can answer. But on top of that, the negative aspect on that part was I was antisocial. So I mean, like, in order to know all the information, I had to really just be by myself. And then finding, like, you know, like getting the routes down, you know, like knowing where to do this, where to do that. It's like it had to be my way. So if something didn't happen that way, like when it came to the relationship side of like Nikki and the kids, when something wasn't working right and we had to get somewhere, and I like planned it all out and I wasn't flexible. So it would cause anger and anxiety, and it would ruin some things. It did mess up a few vacations. It did mess up a few fun activities. But I think the strength there is that I'm able to actually plan it all out, get it all ready. Nikki says that I'm like the source. You know, if she needs help, she can come to me. And I want that, you know, for other people, and I want that for you guys, and I want that for her and the kids, with the meds and hopefully some psychotherapy, you know, cognitive behavioral therapy that I'm going to be getting soon. I can change it to where those negative aspects don't happen anymore, and to where I only have that positive. So I think, come on, Stella, let's go. Leave it. Leave it. So I think the positive on that, it's so blurry right now, I'm sorry guys. I think I really want to keep the positives and get rid of the negatives, or at least manage the negatives so they don't become an issue if something doesn't go right. And I think that's one of the biggest issues that I have, is that it's not going right for me, and I can't handle that. And I really want it to work. So hopefully the cognitive behavioral therapy will help. Right now the medications are helping. The Prozac and the Xanax are helping those situations. But I can definitely tell that there is some rewiring that needs to be done. And I think that's just because I'm rediscovering what it means to think correctly. I'm rediscovering what it means to understand basically how the world works. And that's something that I have to learn. I'm going to be 31, and I got to relearn it. I'm like a child again. And I'm excited because now I have the adult habits of being good, you know, of working hard now and all these things. So all the things that you struggle with a child to you know get, it's like you're teaching you, and it's like they don't want to work for it because there's that, you know, not that reward. And now as a 31-year-old, I do have that reward of, you know, being a better parent, being a better spouse, being a better coworker. So that reward of getting that done is very important, and I have that hard work ethic now. Morning. to where I feel like I can do something. I'm gonna go ahead and walk off the path. There's a bunch of people coming. I don't want to bother them with my vlog. So I think now as an adult, and that's the great thing about realizing your depression, is that if you have built up a work ethic, especially as a man, if you've built up that work ethic, you can retrain yourself really quick, because that's what it really is that you need to acknowledge the problem, which was the depression or anxiety, and then I think the retraining, there we go, the retraining will come naturally for a man. I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, but I think for men, we have that role of providing, that role of we'll kill ourselves basically with work, and quite literally kill ourselves to make sure that, let's get back on path, to provide for our family. So I think we do very well when it comes to working very hard to provide for our family for a better life when the depression and anxiety takes over. But the thing is, you have to acknowledge it, and I think that's something I was talking with my mom. She's a psychologist. She's got a lot of degrees and stuff, but I think she also went for that because of her own depression and everything. And I'm actually looking into that, see if I can get some degrees on that so I can help you guys out more. Hi, good morning. What's up? But I think we work hard. Men work hard, and we're gonna get it done. And I lost my train of thought. But really, it's just a matter of finding the positives that depression gave you and kind of focus on those things, so that you're not always thinking, you know, I have to get rid of everything from the past 30 years for me. It's like, no, I want to keep the fact that I'm always on time, that I'm always kind of worried about being on time, but then getting rid of the anxiety and anger that comes with it if I'm not. You know, if I'm not, I'm not, but at least I'm like trying as an Indian Scout. Same thing with being the source of information. Somebody wants to come to me and you know, need something. I want to be that, but I also don't want, you know, the negativity part of all that. So those are just some of the things that, like I said, I'm just kind of talking on a whim. I probably lost track a few times. I like just being able to focus and like doing my decompression walk and focus on the camera. Got my little gimbal here, so hopefully it's nice and smooth for you guys. But I plan on doing some different things out here in the Tucson area. I really want to start like a monthly or bi-monthly men's group. So if you guys think that would be kind of cool, if you live here locally, I'm gonna try to work with the Movember Foundation and then a few other places, so maybe I can get like a little group going so we can all chit chat, you know, whether it's about mental health or whatever. And then I also want to do some more meetups. I do have the AZ Bike Week coming up. I will be there for that Saturday and Sunday, and I'm excited for that. I've never been, so that's gonna be a new experience, and that's something that I would never have done just based off of my anxiety that I'm still kind of scared about, honestly, nervous about the AZ Bike Week, but I'm sure it'll turn out fine. And I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff planned. So once again, I just want to say thanks to Christopher, Fox, Dewey Did It, Robert, Cecil, and Connor for being part of the senior crew. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and thank you all for the great comments that you guys are having in the comment section, being very supportive and actually sharing your stories. Make sure you guys do join the Discord channel, because we do share a lot in there, and we just hang out. I think it's just great for men to be side by side and just talking and just enjoying ourselves, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I hope you guys enjoyed this type of vlog. I'm working on it. I'm still learning myself. I'm not an expert on men's mental health, but I really want to be somebody there that is open and aware of their own issues. And hopefully that will help out some of you guys to be a little more open and be aware of your issues, and hopefully that helps you out. I just want to help. That's all I want to do. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my walk with my dog, listen to some music, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.